Cancer, what is it, Buttercup? Welcome to your general timeless reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Don't force it to fit. And let's get into it, shall we? We shall. Cancer. I feel there's a lot of different things. Okay, you're coming into a new sense of wholeness with yourself, which I really like. Top 2 Tarot. I don't use this tarot deck often, so the fact that I'm being called to it tells me that you've probably shifted your energy recently. They keep saying in between. Okay, so you're in the midst of forming the new self, right? So if you have this overwhelming stress or anxiety or desire to kind of like spend more time alone, it's because you're coming into a new version of yourself and things might feel unfamiliar or unknown. And the more you remind yourself that I'm just going through the shedding, right? The shedding of the old self, the more you're going to get to this place of knowing that you're exactly where you're supposed to be, right? Let's see what you started with. Yeah, 4 of Pentacles, that clinging on to the illusion of who you are, because you no longer are that person, and that's okay. It's okay. Yeah, King of Cups in reverse. This feels very sad. It goes beyond like the belief of I'm not worthy, and it doesn't mean that you need to have that belief in general. There might be a part of you that's holding on to like, okay, I only feel like this unworthy, but majority of me feels really worthy, right? It doesn't have to be all of you. It could just be a part of you. This feels very connected to the Father, though. This feels like betrayal, especially with the 3 of Swords there. It's like, how could you betray me? Why wasn't I enough to say this or to say that or to show up in this way? It feels very related to that. There's going to be a very big release around this. So that recluse that you feel, that pull away, is because as you change the old foundation with that father energy or that very paternal energy in your life, or just masculine, right? Just because I feel father doesn't mean it has to be the actual father. It could be whichever parent or guardian or authority figure in your life has a very masculine energy that this resonates with, okay? They said, no, it's the father. I said, okay. Okay, it's the father. 6 of Cups. There was an idea of what this relationship was supposed to look like or how it was supposed to be between you and this okay, yeah, so there's a sense of, it keeps going back to betrayal. They keep going back to the sense of betrayal of, how could you leave me like this? How could you, it has to do with rejection. But the rejection is going hand in hand with some kind of betrayal emotionally. Emotionally, like, how could you do this to me? How could you leave this mess? Or how could you have said that? Or how could you just be okay with how things are? It feels like anger, but not the kind of anger where it's like, oh my God, I want to beat you up. It kind of just feels like a frustration kind of anger, like disappointment. There's like a mix of like disappointment, because anger is just kind of the mask, right? Our anger really masks the true emotion. It feels like disappointment, like a betrayal of like, really? Now I have to do this? Like, I wish you would have taught me this or shown me this or been there for me in this way. It's a very, yeah, 6 of Swords. You need to, not you need to let this go, not like that. Like in the sense of like, you need to be doing exactly what you're doing because you are letting it go. You are letting it go. It's going to bring you to a state of much more mental and emotional peace. This might even be like, if this is somebody whose father's passed, this could even be visiting the burial place or having your own, like another burial, or even like, something I like to do with my friends and family is I write things down on a piece of paper that I'm ready to release, and I release it with all the love and compassion I possibly can and have the space to do in that moment. But I also allow myself, I give myself permission to release any hurt or upset, right? And you write it on this paper, and you have a glorious bonfire in a very safe, right, regulated environment where you can take care of yourself and not light anything else on fire other than the intended space. Cool. And you let it go, you put it into the fire, and you allow that to transmute the energy, and you really truly allow yourself to believe that as you burn it, you are ready to let it go, right? Because anything you write down, you're really not ready to let go, it ain't going anywhere. Okay? It's gonna try, but the resistance you have will keep it tied to you. So just be kind to yourself. Be honest with yourself, though, is the truest portion of it. Yeah, let's get into some crystal visions with this. Let's get some clarifiers. I feel friends coming in now. Friends could also be other family members or siblings. I feel comparison very strongly. Oof. My biceps are sore. Even shuffling cards hurts. Okay. Let's look. I keep hearing Six of Pentacles, even though it's a 4 right here. There's a part of you that craves, it's almost like I wish I had the support that I was giving. Like I wish somebody was loving me or supporting me the way I was loving and supporting them. It feels like that. Yeah, 8 of Pentacles. 4 of Wands. You're letting go of the way you used to build relationships. This is going to be very healthy for you. Because the way you used to build relationships was not leading to stability. Yeah, Temperance is the card of healing, and it's the card of reciprocity, the 6 of Pentacles, right? The give and the take. It's just the divine energy of it. It's not the minor arcana of like a ace, 2, a 10. So like 4s are minor. 6, 10, 4, 3. Those are all minor arcana. All these are minor, other than your king. It's a court card. Whereas Temperance is a major arcana, which is universal energy. Minor arcana, or the aces through the 10s, are day-to-day free will action. Okay? And so with Temperance there, it says that you are healing, divinely being guided on how to heal your relationships. It doesn't mean to heal your current relationships. It's teaching you how to have healthy relationships, because you're no longer investing or building them with the form or the version that you used to be. But there's a part of you that needs to let go of the attachment to, well, this is how I've done it. This is how it should be done. This is how I've always done it. No, it's time to let go of how you've always done it and allow it to be reborn. Not to dictate how it's built, but just allow it to take its own form, okay? And just promise yourself you'll move with love and integrity and respect for yourself and anybody you encounter. Yeah, you have a lot of people in your life that struggle with feeling enough as well. For you, it's very emotional. For the people you interact with, their worth is probably based on their physical appearance or their career or their money, things of that nature. And that's okay. It's just a different value system. One is not better than the other. And so with the King of Cups here, this could even be part of your feminine energy, right? Not feeling accepted or worthy because you don't have the right job or you don't have the right career. Right is subjective to the lens you wear, though, right? And so with the 2 of Wands, it's getting to this place of realizing that these relationships aren't necessarily wrong. They're showing me the parts of me that I need to choose, the choice to change. And it being the 2 of Wands is about that soul-guided change. It's making it a instinctive and intuitive choice, not impulsive, right? Let's look at the 3 of Swords. Okay, they want something else on this King of Cups. It's more focused on the 2 that we already pulled, though. Yeah, 4 of Cups. Okay, it's the fear of failure. Well, what if I take this opportunity and it doesn't work out? Okay, well, you learned. You learned. Now keep it moving. Keep it on going. It's okay. It's okay. Being disappointed does not equal unloved. There's something with disappointment and not feeling loved, and that goes back to this father wound, to this very paternal wound. No, disappointment does not equal lack of love. It does not. It does not. I could be disappointed in the breakfast I made this morning. Doesn't mean I didn't still love it. Right? Doesn't mean I'm not going to make it again because I love it. It does not mean the same. 3 of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. There's so much emotion in this reading. It just feels like the cry that you wish you could cry, but it's like you're so emotionally shut down that it's just not happening. And you know, that's nothing to shame or judge yourself for. We all go through phases. Yeah, there's the emotional shutdown. Queen of Cups. It's really interesting. It's like you're like, well, I know this new beginning's here. Let me just focus on building this business or fixing this relationship or moving in this direction or doing this or doing that. When the reality is what really is the foundation that needs healing is the one of your emotional self. You got a lot of cups here. 10 of Cups, 10 of Cups, 4 of Cups, 6 of Cups, Queen of Cups. Temperance, which is just like the balancing of the cups, the balancing of our emotional world with the emotional world of everything external to us, the King of Cups. Yeah. So you probably attract a lot of people that trigger this emotional availability, whether they're exhibiting it or whether they're having it arise in you, right? So this could be abandonment, rejection, feelings of unworthiness. And it's not to demonize those relationships. It's to show you that, okay, well, you share the same wound. You just might be on two opposite ends of the spectrum, which mean that it shows up very differently for both of you. But it's rooted in the same fear of being accepted. 10 of Wands and the Moon. You are in a place where you're not really wanting, I don't think you're unaware that you have a very, very strong connection with somebody that is helping you heal this, even though it's probably one of your most challenging connections. I don't think that you're not aware of this emotional availability. I think there's a part of you that's just like, I already dealt with it, I don't want to deal with it. But you know that there's more to deal with and it has to be dealt with, or you will continue to spin your wheels in some mud right now. It's going to get better. It is. You have the Six of Swords as your outcome. It shows me that you're going to have the mental clarity on how to move past this. But in the beginning, it's like, okay, let's heal. Now you're going through that stubbornness, which is the ego. This is very normal when we start to heal and transmute anything, whether it be energy, relationship, self, because you're going through the phase of acceptance. Learning to accept that just because I have shame or guilt or disappointment in myself and how I've handled relationships or how I've moved through these things doesn't mean that I cannot accept myself and love myself, right? So let's say we've all done things we're disappointed in, right? Or shameful or guilty of, feel bad about, blah, 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 blah. All the things, right? We're human. We're human. But getting to a place of accepting it, not just healing it. You can heal something but not accept something, right? You can heal a wound, right? But still remember the trauma of the event, right? That's not accepting. You're still sitting in that trauma. I'll use myself as an example. I actually just said this to a client the other day. So for instance, like if my physical body's healed, but when I work out, there's a part of me that feels like I'm limited still from when I had my paralysis, right? And so it's that mental, okay, have I fully accepted, fully integrated it? And the honest answer is no, and that's okay. It will take me time, but as long as I have that cognitive awareness of that's a part of me I'm still healing, that's okay. That's okay, but that's a process of transmutation. Just because the body is healed, just because the heart's like, no, I'm happy, I'm good, doesn't mean that you've really healed the wound underneath or the beliefs that experience or that trauma gave you, right? Cool. 8 of Wands, 4 of Wands. This foundation that's falling away, it's going to fall away very quickly when you get to that place of acceptance. It doesn't feel like a relationship. It feels like a tie to a belief. It feels very tied to a belief, something that has limited you. Yeah, justice, which is the balance. Yeah, you're gonna find your sense of self-recognition. You're gonna give yourself recognition for the work you're choosing to do on yourself without demonizing people around you. It's simply saying, you know what, I'm proud of myself. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Don't bring somebody else into the mix. It's just about you. It's just about you. This thought, yeah. 10 of Pentacles. You're realizing that for a long time in your relationships, you've based your worth, you've based how you saw yourself on how successful these foundations with others were. 10s represent the things around us and ourselves. 9s are the self, right? So when you get to a 10, it's about you and everything around you. So your work, your finances, your health, the family, friends, romantic relationships, business partnerships. You're no longer basing your worth on the things external to you. That's healthy. Good stuff. You in this past relationship, you're going to reconcile. When you heal this wound, you're going to have a reconciliation with whoever this very strong connection is with, whether it be one person or many people. And it's going to be very balanced, very reciprocal, but it's not going to happen when you want it to. It's going to move slow, and it's going to take time. And it's not because you or them, it's because you both are just going to need some time to unravel to yourselves. Yeah, the person you're dealing with, they as well, they're working through opening their heart again. They're very, very logical, very protective of their energy, very defensive maybe. And with the 3 of Pentacles there, it's the hesitance to invest and rebuild something and trust other people. It feels more rooted in trust for whoever the feminine is. But that's what's ending. That's what's ending, and you both will move in a new direction. But right now you're still processing all the fear, and that might even be something that you discuss. So let's see what else we got for you. Yeah, Six of Swords, clarified by the Six of Swords and the Knight of Swords. You're going to have clarity on what directions to move in, and if this is a romantic relationship, you will have a second chance at it. And the second chance is to help you both open that heart space, right? King of Cups, one of the cards we started with, followed by the Page. It's overcoming that fear of expressing the truth of your emotional self, which means that you have to get to know your emotional self, right? A lot going on here. A lot going on here. This is going to be a very big time for you, regardless of when you watch this. This feels like it will be a year-long process. Not like, think about how much we covered though. To understand it is one thing, but to understand it emotionally, to allow your body to release any tension or tightness it holds in its muscles in association with these thoughts or these beliefs. There's so many layers to this. Your nervous system settling and feeling relaxed again, right? We're talking about the 5 bodies. Be kind to yourself. Know that even one event can affect you on such a grand scale, but be kind to yourself as you come back to life from it, okay? Because you're going through a big change. And you can't expect everybody around you to understand if you kind of you zip up and you don't express yourself. Don't shut off. You're being challenged to have very intimate, vulnerable relation with people. And you'll know when's the right time. You'll know. You just gotta be yourself. The Empath. Alone time is needed. Celebrated. And water. Allow it to flow. Let that shit go if that ain't fitting. Then you have celebration. It's already done. Celebrate your manifestation. Everything you want's trying to come to you. Even in regards to career. Your career will just be the last. You have Dragonfly. Your purpose is being revealed. Right? But your purpose is not your work. Your purpose is being the most authentic version of you to come into alignment with the work that is meant for you, not the work you think you should do. You're being challenged to get to know who you are today, not who you thought you were. Okay, my dear? Very deep reading. Interesting. Love readings go live on the 8th on my website. If you want your extended love reading looking into love and romance, go ahead, check out my website. They're available for purchase and for rent. And other than that, if you want personal booking, you'll see it all there as well. And like, share, subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up. Helps the channel grow. And I wish you the best. Again, just be kind to yourself. And all links for all things down below in the description box. I'll see you next time.